What's up, guys? It's Jordan and Tybor here. We're just going to pick up on the KImura Trap series that we were doing. I know a lot of you guys liked it and you guys had some questions on it. It goes on continuously. The KImura Trap is found almost anywhere that I like to roll, and it just keeps looping into a different sequence, both offensively and defensively. So kind of just going to go through it and give you guys a review so you're able to study at home and really just watch it. So yeah, we'll start in top side control again. So I'll start in the 100 kilos area. Let's move this way just a tiny bit. Okay, when I'm here, my first thing that I like to go for, besides baiting for the underhook, if I have a good pin and a good tight 100 kilos, is I'll take this hand out and I'll base on his neck like this, and I start to transfer my chest over the top this way, and I can kind of like walk my elbow up and expose this hand. Granted that he doesn't have a grip on his own hand right now. He doesn't have a grip, okay? So if we're here, I go over, I base, I walk my chest out to really trap like this. Once I get here, I take this hand and I transfer underneath. I have this hand come up, pet the arm, grab the wrist, push it down, get my false grips right here, and now I have my KImura, okay? If I get this and it's exposed out here, okay, it's not in his hip, it's already on the floor. First thing I will go for before I step over his head is I'll start to hop up and really go for, it's kind of a shoulder extension / straight arm bar. So I start to really hike this up. If I get up high enough, I usually get tension on the shoulder. If he turns his thumb up, I grab my shoulder and I start to get my straight arm bar from here, okay? So if it's not in his hip, I go from here. I start to go really high and get my shoulder, okay? If he turns his thumb down, I grab up here, keep really tight, I pull down, and I get my straight arm bar this side, okay? If he does have a grip, okay, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come over like this, and I'll start to sit heavy right here and kind of block with my knee right here, okay? And I'll start to even force the underhook. A lot of times when I start to force it, they'll start to take it. As they take it, I go for the wrist, I grab the wrist, get my false grip, push it back to the floor if I can, and so on and so forth, okay? If I get here and I feel he's strong and I'm not able to straighten, I'll switch my hips, I'll go to step over the head, I lift him up, I go for traditional KImura from side control this way, okay? Pushing down towards the floor, up towards his head. I want to tuck it behind and then go towards his head, making sure that this part stays stable. All right. Also, guys, when we go for this KImura over here, we get it locked up. If I get to my side, I get my step over, okay, and I'm trying to finish, and he starts pulling inside, I can continue and I pull this leg in and I pinch and I secure him on his side from here. All right. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit. As you guys can see, a lot of times they will grab either pants or grab belt. Best way to break this is I'll take 4 fingers and I'll go inside his hand, and I don't want to jerk up. This is really like securing his grip, or, you know, almost it's like pushing into his hip. I want to always pull away from the opening part of his grip. So I'm going to pull out this way, lift up, tuck behind the back, go for the finish of my KImura, okay? If I get to here, okay, and I feel him start to turn his back to the ground, I can come up with my knee, continue my pivot, sit back, pinch really tight, get my arm bar, all right? Go for the finish this way. Making sure that I keep this leg across the face, driving his chin away, okay? If for some reason I wasn't high enough on the elbow and he happened to get a grip, I will lean off towards the face, clear, come over with my leg, and then fight the armbar from here, worrying about breaking the grip. Okay. KImura, right? One of the other transitions that we really like, let's move this way, is rolling off, okay? And this one can come from many different angles. It can come from mount, it can come from side, it can come from half guard. We're just showing strictly from side control right now, right? So I'm here, clear over, remind you again, okay? I walk out and I slide up, get my KImura. Let's say he pulls it in and gets to his hip, okay? From here, I will roll over this closed shoulder like this. Right? So I'm here, head goes down, roll over, get my trap. Okay? From here, I have both false grips. I don't want to be parallel with tie board, and I don't want to be completely perpendicular. I want to be off just a little bit of an angle. We have many different options here. All right? First option that we like is most people feel panicked here. They don't like to be this, and they want to turn in right away. So they'll start to sit up. Yeah. If I just straighten my arms and try to hold them down, this is majority of the time works when you do this first or second time to somebody because they're really still struggling to get up. So they'll try to get up a second time. As he tries to get up a second time, I use his momentum. I drive my knee in. I throw this hook around. Okay. I like to transition this grip right away. So transition this grip, control the wrist. This one comes around and either cups shoulder or grabs lapel. And then I pull him over to secure the back on this side. All right. So if we go back, we're right here. I hold him down. Does sit up, goes again. Transition, hook, grab, side, both in. Okay. Sometimes that isn't an option. So let's scoot closer. Sometimes that isn't an option. Sometimes I get here and they know and they stay down. They don't try to sit up, okay? First thing that I try to go for is if he starts to frame with this arm right here, okay? He starts to, frame, push on my grips. I will come over. My leg has to clear his head all the way tight to his belly, and I want to hook underneath his elbow with my leg like this. So I have my grip, I come over, I hook, and I gather. From here, I'm going to come under, grab the lapel, and I'm going to shoot both legs underneath. Okay, almost belly down. I'm going to hinge this one as tight as I can. Hinge this one. I'm pulling everything in right now. I come in and I'll start to put pressure, pulling on his head. Sometimes you can finish the triangle from here. Okay, what I like most is I go for the pump handle. I believe his hanger called it the Makivara. So I get here, I go to push, and I get my finish. All right. So again, here, breaking, I clear, I suck it up, grab, pull in, shoot legs, lock up, 2-on-1 on the wrist, or grab here, or I have a nice wrist lock as well. So I go here. But also, if I can't get that arm, he keeps his elbow really tight. I can come underneath. Let's scoot. I can come underneath with my knee, and I'll come over with my leg, and I'll really try to drive to get his chin away. Okay? Then I'm going to lock up underneath. His top leg's going to go under. I'm going to lock everything in tight. I want to make sure that my knee is where his throat is, right? That's one big detail that Nikki Sullivan showed us at her last seminar in Rapid, that you don't want to have it with your thighs. You want to make sure your knee is where the carotid is, or across the throat. Now when I'm here and I have it secured and I want to finish it, all right? As I extend, I only extend my top leg, and I really drive the top of my knee down into his neck, getting my finish this way. So I was here. I come up underneath, come across, drive, scoop, lock, extend my knee, get my top. Make sure your knee is driving down in. Okay? Another way I like to is if I get to this position again, let's say I rolled off, okay? And I can feel that I can't hold him down. He starts to turn into me right away, like if you're Johnny Knudsen, okay? I can't hold him down. So what I'll do is start to come up to my knees and go to a north-south position, all right? Then I get right back where I was on this side. Starting to go from the Kimura, get the break, pop up to the armbar, okay? Falling back, finishing here. If we switch, and I go to the other side, okay? Let's say I was here, I was off on my side, I walked up, I got to side control. One other thing I really like to do, okay, if I can get this arm. Is I'll get here, I'll block with my back knee to keep him up, I'll feed through, I'll grab my lapel, I'll start to hook over top of this leg like this. A lot of times I'll have to come down and just lift the wrist for a second to get this leg underneath. If I get this leg underneath, I don't necessarily care about this grip anymore. Yeah, I can still work on breaking it and finishing it, but what often I'll try to do is I'll keep him pinched really tight, come up, grab the wrist, finish my Makivara from here, okay? Pushing down here. Or get my spider grip, fall off to the side, kick my legs out, hinge, hinge, go for my triangle on this side, or go for my pump handle again. So it all really loops together, right? This is all from our KImura Trap from top. There's a bunch more guys. There's Chirika Plata, there's escaping from half guard. Many things we didn't show. There's bottom side control, bottom half guard, KImura setups, a bunch more. So just know that it's very useful and great. This is kind of what we covered in class over the last week, week and a half. So if you were here, I hope this was kind of a review for you and really helped. If you weren't here, I hope you got some awesome details out of this that help you. So, anything else to add, Blair? Us. Should say okay a lot. If I get to side control from here, right? Or
if you're in side control, you're in side control.
If I get to side control from this side control, you can always go to side control.
You can always go to
the other side control. So, yeah, definitely not good.
No.
Make sure to get that in there.